Hudson County TV, News 12, good to see everybody.
Hi, do you feel West New York Mayor Felix Roque's endorsement of you is going to help resonate support for you?
Well, listen, I'm enormously proud of his support for me, his friendship to me. I've known him for years. He's a great American. He's a colonel, an Army colonel, a medical doctor, a patriot, and a mayor, and so I'm gratified by his support. And frankly, the people of West New York should feel really proud to have him as their mayor.
You promoted Menendez, what he has done in Washington. Yesterday, Senator Menendez said that we have to and that if we get any drilling in the United States, it cannot be exported. That we have to make sure that the oil comes from the United States cannot go anywhere. What do you think about that?
Well, listen, I want to keep as much of our energy supply here as home as possible. But here's the thing. To worry about energy supply in an election year is way too late. What I want to do differently is drill where we can, to do it where America has resources, where people like Bob Menendez say, no, we can't drill there, we can't drill here. There's environmentally sensitive places where we shouldn't drill. When we have a Keystone pipeline to bring energy supply from Canada into the continental U.S. and the Senate votes it down, with millions of our fellow Americans unemployed and gas prices going to $5, $6 a gallon, and just 2 nights ago the United States Senate votes it down, Bob Menendez part of it, what sense does that make? That's why people out there are outraged. So we want to talk about energy policy, let's talk about projects like that.
We know Bob Menendez's job performance has been absolutely abysmal. What can you plan to do for New Jersey once you're elected this November, Senator Kyrillos?
Well, I'm going to be a different kind of senator. I believe that we need to do everything humanly possible to create an economy where we can create private sector jobs. Bob Menendez and the other guys in Washington, they don't think that way. They don't understand the plight of folks out here. They have a lot of good rhetoric. They talk a good game, but when it comes time to dealing with the debt problems of the country that are going to serve to strangle our economy and make our economy looking more like economies in Western Europe, Greece and Spain and Portugal and Italy, once great thriving democracies and economies, we're going to look like them if we don't do things differently. Well, I want to lower the tax burden. The president says he wants to lower the corporate tax, but they don't do it. Why don't they do it? Why hasn't the Senate passed a budget in well over 1,000 days? Because they are incapable of making hard decisions. They're incapable of it for some reason, and that's why I'm going to win my election, because people have seen me in action. They know I'll act. They know I'll decide, and we'll move the country forward. And that's going to be the difference.
I mean, you're a great candidate. I mean, do you plan to tackle immigration reform upon being elected once you go into the National Senate?
Yeah, listen, I want to be part of that solution. To say, hey, I love immigration. I love legal immigration, and we want to welcome people to this country like my grandparents came, like my father came, and build our economy, build our society, build our economy, and secure our borders in a way that makes sense, and deal with the problems that we have with folks that are here, that came here as young children before they learned English, Spanish, or anything else, and deal with them in a responsible and sensitive way at the same time.
Would you support the Dream Act if you get elected?
What's that?
Would you support
there's elements of it, certainly. Sure.
Secretary, one last question, if possible here. Do you feel that Hispanics are going to be a key demographic for you here in Hudson County? Because as we all know, the machine here in Hudson County has really been so dominant, and they've controlled the political discourse. What do you plan to say to the machine here in Hudson County to combat it?
You know what? I know this is tough terrain in Hudson County, and it's tough terrain for Bob Menendez and other parts of the state. So I'm not going to take any place for granted. I'm not going to not come to Hudson County or Essex County or any place else just because historically Republicans haven't done well. I'm a different kind of Republican, and people are going to get to know me in my own right, my story, my family, what I stand for, and they're going to have a choice. And I know it's a hard mission up here, but we're not going to let anybody take it as their birthright to have the vote, to have the majority vote. We're going to get our share of votes, and we're going to surprise a lot of people. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm talking to folks and friends of mine up here, and when the opportunities are right, we're going to come and visit and see people one-on-one.